Hi, my name's Jo and I'm founder of Your Story by Initio Albums. Today I'd like to take some time just to show you some albums and how they're used. Where do you currently keep all the mementos and bits and pieces that your children bring home from school? And what do you do with them? How do you use them? Well, I designed the Initio album as a way to inspire children. In particular, I started developing it when my own kids started school. I wanted to create in them greater self-awareness. I wanted them to know who they were, what their strengths were. And I also wanted to teach them values. I remember vividly thinking one day, what happens if I get run over by a bus? What would I want them to know? What are the 10 things I'd want them to know? So with this in mind, I collected age-appropriate quotes and incorporated those into my school year's album, which is a series of pre-printed sleeves. And on the front of every sleeve, I have a customized image with an age-appropriate quote. Now, you can put your own image over the top of the one that I've got on the cover if you prefer to see your own child. But the idea was I was trying to capture, and some of them a little bit quirky, an image that a young child could identify with and therefore understand the quote better. These albums come with a series of labels. You've got you might like to keep your child's memories by age, or it could be by school year, like grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. And I've got all the school year labels for different school systems. So it doesn't matter where you live, there should be one there that suits your child's needs. On the back of each sleeve, there's a series of prompts. And these prompts are aimed at building self-awareness in your child. They aim to have them understand what it is they enjoy doing, what they're good at, their strengths. And a little bit of reflection goes a long way. So doing this consistently, just for a short period of time, maybe half an hour each year, I usually did it on a school holiday, cultivates this sense of self-development and self-awareness, and over time will help foster a sense of self-belief in your children. Each year, there's a sleeve, and in that sleeve you keep what you'd like to keep for that particular year. It could be report cards, certificates, a newsletter that they mentioned in, a drawing that they did, their first writing, could be a story they wrote. At the end of the album, there's a signature sleeve, and this is able to be taken out of the album. They're post-screw albums, so you simply unscrew the 3 screws, take the sleeve with them on their last day of school, and their mates can sign or write farewell messages. If they get a card or a letter, they can pop it in the sleeve. My school year albums have a range of covers. There's 8 ready-made covers to choose from, great designs for young children and the older kids as well, and a few classic covers for those who prefer a classic look. The other type of album comes with blank sleeves and pages, and they're designed to be used with our labels, quotes, and memory prompts. Now, these labels, quotes, and memory prompts are transparent, so when you stick them onto your sleeves, you don't notice that there's so much as a sticker. And being blank pages, they cover all of the years, so you can do this from birth. Why did you choose your child's name? And observing characteristics about your child. What's their sense of humour? What do they like? What are they good at? And all those small achievements. They're age appropriate, so when the child might be in upper primary, you might say, when I grow up, I would like to be. But by the time they're getting up to 17 or 18, the questions are a little bit more probing, and it might say, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Which is a more mature question, and it's actually a good way to start to help children to think and to be aware of the factors that influence their decision making. 3 adventurous things I'd like to do with my life. again, planting the seeds, looking forward. So you're cultivating a sense of reflection as well as forward-looking aspiration, goal setting, and hopefully the combination of both looking back and forward will give them a sense of agency over their own story, and it will arm them with the self-awareness that will hopefully translate into better decisions, and when they're older and they're looking back, they'll have enjoyment in seeing who they were as a child, and their own children will have a greater appreciation of their parents' journey as well. And again, we've got a lot of quotes that you can choose from, because quotes, I believe, are so important for teaching values. And being, they can choose the one that resonates for them. There's quite a few there to choose from. For example, one that I particularly like, well, this one's by Gandhi: live as if you were to die tomorrow and learn as if you were to live forever. Another one, success occurs when preparation meets opportunity. Also, there's some spots there where you can write your own words of inspiration for your child, or a family relative may like to do it. I recently had a friend whose elderly parents were able to leave a lovely message, and it wasn't long after that one of them passed away. So again, there's lots of scope to use these albums in a way that suits you. Now, in the pockets, I'll show you one I did for my son. So I'm just going to quickly show you. This was for the primary year. You can see here that, we can personalize the album with your child's image on the front. And in his year 1 pocket, say, all those things that you might want to keep. So for year 1, I've kept a report card, funny little things that they did in their class and hung up for parents to look at, a story he wrote, something about his friend. And then on the back, again, just building that sense of self-awareness. What is his favourite things? What was his favourite book? In his case, it was Mr. Men. Favourite music was piano. His favourite sport was soccer. And the quote for the year that I selected was, if you want to see a rainbow, you've got to put up with the rain. On the back of the blank slate pages that follow the sleeves, I've captured a Student of the Week award. Now, this is a small thing in itself, but for this particular award, this certificate's awarded to my son for working well in group activities. Well done. Now, I know it's a small thing, but, I could have just put that in a drawer somewhere, but placing it on a page, it took me no more than 10 seconds, but it highlights this small achievement. And it's that consistent highlighting of little achievements that, 1, builds self-awareness, and 2, fosters a sense of self-belief. And often this goes into creating a positive mindset, and it's that mindset which leads to that positive self-talk, which is so important when we encounter challenges in life and things that we might not be sure we can do. You can see here I've displayed certificates and so on, which is why I've made the albums quite large, because they're about 40 centimetres by 30 centimetres, which is large enough to place a big certificate or even a number of mementos on the back of one page. So that's for primary. I'm just going to show you one for an older year level. So let's say year 11. So again, I open it up. You can see here I've customized it for his school. And again, we're happy to do that. If you have a school that you'd like me to customize, just get in touch with me. If we haven't already done one, I then ask the school for permission and we take it from there. So for year 11, you can see there's a range of things that I've chosen to keep in the pockets. So it's a school magazine, certificates, these report cards, special photo that we wanted to keep. And again, we've got the prompts on the back. 3 achievements that I'm proud of. Then I've got another one there that is used, your most important values can help you identify your top goals in life. Your most important values and your goals in life. And again, what do you enjoy? The activity that I really enjoy. Well, in his case, he enjoyed rowing. His favourite subject, modern history. On the back, I've captured a certificate. And you can even pin little medals that they might win through these pages. They're all plastic coated. That makes them really durable. They're able to be wiped clean. And you can even add pages if you want to keep extra additional photos. The albums come in a beautiful box with, just show you the Nishio albums. And it says, inspire with every precious moment. And that's what we're aiming to do, to capture those moments and through how we capture them, what we choose to focus on, how we focus on it will hopefully over time inspire them to be the best they can be. The albums come with a double-sided sticky tape, a permanent marking pen, and some extension screws for when the album's getting more full. You just add those to the post screws and then the album will sit, the cover will remain sitting flat. We offer a range of plans to help you capture your child's story or your family story or an adult story, because often it's something that we tend to put off. We'll do that when we're not so busy. We'll do that another day or a later day. And what we've found is that customers really would benefit from us reminding them each year to do a page and to talk through with them what was meaningful, what out of all the hundreds of photos we take each year, what were the special ones, why, and not only what were they, but why were they special. And we want to capture that and articulate it in a couple sentences, a couple paragraphs maybe. And if you do decide to use one of our plans, what we do is we have an online session, talk to you about what was meaningful and why. Then we create a page which has an image and some text, send you a proof. It's double-sided. Again, they're quite big, so you can get a lot of information on them. And each year we send you that page, or you may want more pages, two, 3 or 4 pages, and we send that to you and you pop that into your album so that your story is added to over time. If you like, we can also do it for you. So if you're looking back and we're doing a family story, then we might schedule, say, 20 online sessions over a 3-month, 6-month period and gradually build that story with you or help. We call it co-creating. So I hope that's answered some of your questions that you might have. I'm always happy to answer further questions. If you'd like to chat about it further, please don't hesitate to get in touch. And I can be contacted via my mobile or online with an email. And would love to hear from you. Hope you enjoy.